Hello, it's me, Annalisa, with my spiritual friend. It's Sunday. Happy New Year. The first Sunday of 2026. Wait for some people to get on here and I'll kind of talk about world events if you want and the ridiculousness. Who's here to say hello? Regina's first up. 2 questions. I don't know how many people will be here today. I'm hoping Gabby will be here, but maybe she had her baby. Let's see, what's this? Good morning. How are you? Hi, Izzy. Hi, Nicole. Sorry. How is everyone? Oh, I have reading. I need to email thing I need to do. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. How was your holiday? Good? Yeah, I'm guessing. Do you guys want to talk about Oh, your name changed from Denise to this. I was like, I don't know who DCN is. Okay. Hi. So yesterday I woke up and I saw one person post about the stuff in Venezuela. I was like, wait a minute, am I being punked? I literally was just my jaw was kind of like, this doesn't even feel real. So as I have said before, and I will always say to do this, when you see something crazy like that come up in the news, like when Israel did the thing to God, to Palestine, but I know some people say Palestine started it, but Palestine didn't start it. And I have my other theories about who helped manufacture that attack. Anyhow. Hi, Katrina. Did you just book a reading? So I always say, look to see either where do they stand to gain power, where do they stand to gain money or control. So it was like, oh, they're selling drugs. I'm like, it's not Venezuela. It's not they are not the cartel. They are not that's not where the issue is. Okay, good. I didn't see the date, so I'm looking forward to it though. And then later in the day, I saw something about it's they have the largest oil reserves. Bingo. That's your answer. They manufacture stories about how to take control. So honestly, it's not going to war. We're not that's not going to happen. We're just gigantic assholes once again. Unfortunately, we're saddled to. Okay, I want to put it this way. I want you to look at pattern recognition. Everybody who is connected to him fails miserably. This is the most incompetent administration ever. I'm not worried about. I'm really genuinely not worried about it. It's just that. I just don't even have a word for it. It's just asinine. This is all going to be gone next week. I ordered the bookshelf, which should be here, and I'll have it next week. So different background, new year, new me. So do you guys have any questions? Do you want to ask questions? I've got Regine. I don't know if you're here yet. I didn't see you say hello. Oh, there you are. Good morning. Do you want to ask your questions? That way, I think you're probably going live on your TikTok. Hi, Ashley. How are you doing? How is your boyfriend doing? Is he feeling better? Is he recovered? I'm wondering if. And then we will do Happy New Year. We will do the Oracle card readings too. I know there's other I've seen readers talk about war and all that other stuff. Nobody really wants to go to war with the United States. I'm going to just be honest with you. We spend trillions of dollars on building a military industrial complex. Nobody wants to go to war with us. He's better, but still not feeling the best. Okay, your sister, sorry, Regina, your sister has an appointment with immigration appointment on the 20th of this month for citizenship. They asked for a second interview. And like, what's your concern? Did you only have one? My feeling is she'll get it and it's fine. It just feels like there's some new policy or some new something. Maybe they forgot to ask one question, but it doesn't feel like she's going to have any issues. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. It's fine. Promise it's fine. So you're going to go, it all works out. Everything all works out. Best case scenario, everything all works out. It was no big deal. They forgot to ask a question. To me, it feels more of an incompetence on their end. Like either they had a new employee that forgot to fill something out or ask the right question. And I keep seeing like a young girl. So I don't necessarily think it's an actual young girl. I just feel like a woman who interviewed her first. And that was maybe either new and working for them for a while or new, totally new. It was a woman, yeah, just totally new. So I don't know if she was young or not, but it just feels like young, meaning like new. And she forgot to ask something or forgot to do something. So it's like they're sort of trying to like cover their own butts. So y'all are fine. Just relax. It's all good. Also, don't have people sign legal papers for you. And then you can't worry about those things. I mean, I don't know. Anyhow, you know me, my lip stuff. Okay, so what other questions did you have? Because you had two. And then, oh, nice. Maybe I'll get them before skating. Just a general, okay. Let's look at, have you been grinding your teeth really bad lately? And is your right knee bothering you? Or maybe your right quad, but lower near your knee. Yeah, I feel really tight in my jaws. And this is not your message, by the way. I'm just connecting with your energy. And I feel like it's like actually like almost my teeth are sore from it on the top side. I feel like your Clara audience is going to be really opening up by the end of January into the second week of February because it's like feels like over the next 6 weeks. So I'm trying to think what planet it is moving where. I think Neptune moving into Aries is going to create like a, let me see if this is correct while I'm saying this. Misty, I got your payment. And that's okay. Hang on. I've been listening to a lot of astrology stuff because of this is like supposed to be a really big next couple of years for me. Neptune into Aries causes. So Misty and Ashley, I got yours. There's some planet moving. I don't know which one it is. So just forgive me because I don't know if that's the right one. There's some planet moving somewhere this year that's supposed to cause everybody to like sort of be a little bit more intuitive. And I feel like yours is going to come through your Clara audience. And I'm feeling on my left side, that's always my symbol for like connecting with your guides versus your loved ones would be on your right. that's not how it necessarily comes through. It's just how I get it symbolically for them to tell me. I feel like I look like a raccoon eyes right now. I don't know what's going on here. We'll get it together. It's supposed to be a great year for you too. Okay, with Jupiter, yeah. So I guess when Jupiter moves into Leo, because it's currently in Cancer, which is my natal Jupiter, but when it moves into Leo, it's supposed to be like, well, at least for me, like more social. I don't know. We'll see. Putting yourself out there more, being more visible and known. So maybe that's what happens for me this year. Maybe my goal is for my business to grow. But it feels like yours is really, your clairaudience is really going to start opening up, because I feel right now you use more clairvoyance and clairsentience and a little bit of claircognizance, but I feel like your clairaudience, and I feel like this was an intention you set for this to start to work out for you. You got a new job and hit on a slot machine in New Year's. That's amazing. Good for you. That's a good way to start out the year. So I just feel like I'm going to put this down here so then we don't have to hear it clunking. So I feel like that's like a big glow up for you over the next 6 weeks. Does it mean that all of a sudden you're going to be walking around and just like hearing dead people and all that? No, because your abilities never really work that quickly and that way. Ashley, I got your payment. I got Misty and Ashley. But it will start. So like a lot of times when your clairaudience kicks in, it's sort of like you may hear it as if like you're hearing their voices, but it feels like it'll be in your head. They will never tell you to do anything scary or weird or harm yourself. So please remember that. And they will never be like, it's not constant. So also remember that. And sometimes it'll sound like your own voice. So it'll just be like a quick, like you ask a question and you get a quick answer and it sounds like your voice or a thought. It's different than claircognizance though. So that's what I see for you. Just like trying to get all the schmudgies off my face. It feels like I'm looking up. Okay, so so Misty and Ashley. If you both want to write your questions. Ashley, did you do yours in the note? I don't feel well and I would like to know where to look for answers. Is it menopause or fascism? It's all fascism. That's exactly what it is. Did you hear the part I said about Venezuela, not to worry about it? Like that it's not really like honestly, I did, like I said, I thought I was being punked when I saw the news. I was like, oh God, okay, well, this is for real. Because it just felt, Tammy, I got your payment. It just felt a little too like an SNL or Onion thing. The little satirical, The Onion. Anyway, so what I feel is like that I feel like anxious and restless, tired at night, but not able to sleep. And it's kind of a combination of things. Your hair is falling out a little bit more. Yeah. All right, lady, get a notepad. Here's what I feel. Don't do this all at once. Start with one thing. And I say that because then you don't really know what's working, what's not. Okay. So here's your fun. You're going to start with eating as if you are diabetic, because I feel like there's a huge part of this that is either, I think that the thresholds that are set for being pre-diabetic and diabetic in lab work are far too narrow. I feel like they could be like have a much wider range. so that you're treated quicker. So I highly recommend you can do whatever you want. These are things that I found that were helpful for me. Walking is your friend. If you can't walk after you eat, do calf pumps. There are now studies. This worked. I can tell you anecdotally, when I was my first pregnancy, I was high risk. I failed my first glucose test. My second one, I was like, I'm not failing this, even though like it would have had the like same outcome, whatever. Anyway, just do calf pumps, calf raises. Like you can just sit in your chair and do them. It doesn't matter. But that actually activates that muscle. The muscles in your calves actually activate and start pushing, opening, like basically making insulin work, opening the doors and pushing the glucose into the tissues rather than staying in the blood. Nope, we're not doing Nioxin shampoo because I don't think that that's the issue. Let me do my work, please. I appreciate the suggestion, but let me do my work. Okay, so you get hair fallout a lot with insulin resistance, lots and lots of hair fallout. So what I'm telling you is you're going to need to do several things. Okay, so you're going to eat as if you're diabetic. So you're going to walk, you're going to eat as if you're diabetic. So that means you're going to focus on high fiber and protein. When you make those your priority, you don't have to do a whole bunch of carb counting and everything else because you don't crave the carbs once you balance your sugar. 1,000%, you do not crave any of that when you balance your sugar. So you're going to focus on fiber. There's ways to get high fiber now. There's supplementation. I eat a bread in the morning to load my, do not start this way if you don't eat high fiber because you will be constipated. You need to increase your water intake. Make sure it has like, add a little salt to it so you have a little bit of electrolytes in it. I eat carbonate bread. It's a toast. I make it as a toast, 2 pieces. You have your full days of fiber in one meal doing that way. I also focus, there's always fiber in every single meal. Green leafy vegetables are your friend. Cut gluten out of your diet. I know it's not fun. It doesn't mean you can never, ever, ever eat gluten, but it will significantly help your blood sugar. Promise that. And it also helps with the cravings of sugars and things like that. Your teeth get healthier too. Then you're also going to make sure you're getting enough vitamin D. Vitamin D is also very important to your hormonal system. Good morning. It's okay to send a payment, Gabby. I was wondering if you're going to be here. Vitamin D, you need vitamin C. Vitamin C is your friend. I also feel like you're low in iron and zinc. Those will all help with hair fallout, by the way. Also, they'll strengthen your nails. Surprisingly, Flick, you're okay on B, so you must take the B complex. Hi, Nicola. So that's what I feel like. I feel like if you use the Nioxin, yes, it works, but it's a Band-Aid. It's not going to solve the issue, and you have something else going on that's a core issue for what it is. Then I feel like the night sweats, the inability to sleep, the anxiousness, all of that goes away, but start with eating as if you're diabetic. Because I don't care what your A1C looks like. I don't care what your doctor says, if everything is fine. I genuinely believe that our body will start talking to us longer before, way before, longer sounds weird, much earlier than your labs will ever turn over. You're already gluten-free, perfect. Always clean up my diet more. It's not even necessarily about cleaning up your diet, right? It's about, okay, so you can get chewable vitamin C. You can get, I use a vitamin D that's really, really, really small. It's tiny. My kids will take it. Let me see what the brand is and I'll tell you. Micro ingredients. You can look and see if they have other micro ingredients, if they have other small things. But I do a chewable vitamin C. It's not a gummy, but a lot of stuff you can find in gummies now. So liquid, don't do liquid iron. You can get gummy iron. And I'm sure you can get gummy zinc. So like there's alternatives. Just make sure you're getting brands that are quality. But the micro ingredients I really like, they work and they're small. But it's not even about cleaning up your diet as so much as it is like focusing on making sure you're getting enough fiber. Well, and you can say like, that's your little treat for the day. One of my friends does that. She's like, my little treat for the day. I don't like a lot of gummies. I prefer just swallowing a whole bunch of pills and being done with it. That's just me. I think I always was kind of like that though. Even as a kid, I was like, it's just like, well, they're doing it, I could do it. That's what I feel like. I feel like you will feel a million times better and your hair fallout will decrease significantly. When I started taking zinc, actually, I had this nail that would split. This nail, my middle nail, would split like vertically, right? And I was taking all those other vitamins. As soon as I started taking zinc, my nails stopped splitting. So there is something to be said with making sure you're getting what you need. And Denise, I didn't mean to like jump on you, but I feel like a lot of stuff is Band-Aid fixes rather than going to the source. It was my problem with medicine a lot. Because I was always like, well, what's the source? And everybody's like, you're asking so many questions. Stop. I was a little annoying. I had one doctor ask me on rounds when I was in the NICU. He was like, does your dad say you're a pain in the ass? And I was like, well, probably, but I'm just getting to this chart and he needs a lot of stuff. It's still off. Something is still off. And even if you're monitoring it off and on, that's not a sustained thing. So even if you tend to go hypoglycemic, it's not what's going on all the time. You may just notice when you feel like crap, that's when you're hypoglycemic. But what you could be doing is whoop, crash. And what fiber will do is hold you steady. So even if you tend to go hypoglycemic, maybe you're getting that crash. And really what you should be doing is if you had the fiber, it would hold you steady a little bit longer and then you wouldn't go hypoglycemic. So those are just my theories. That's what I feel like. Try it out. It's not going to hurt you to eat more fiber. It's great for your intestinal health anyway. So. You ask your doctor lots of questions as a nurse. Doctor used to roll his eyes at me. Yeah. I just I want to know. Even when I went into the ER, I was a brief stint. I'm not an ER nurse. I became very cynical and not very nice. And also you can feel everything in there. And it's like, and also I don't like abscesses, like when they drain abscesses and you always have to go in and sit. Like the doctor can't go in by himself. He always has to sit and they just smell disgusting. They're so gross. Like those are ones I have to sit down on where I'm like, I feel a little faint. I'm just saying, and the fascism. Start with this, then look into hormone replacement, but start here because I genuinely believe a huge part of our symptoms that we get, perimenopausal, menopausal, are directly correlated with having blood sugar issues and insulin resistance issues. So all of my aches and pains went away by focusing on my insulin resistance. Literally all of them. Does it mean that I don't need hormone replacement? No, not at all. That's like not what I'm saying. But I think that if you start with this, you'll see other things get balanced out more quickly and you'll feel much better. But when I'm looking, remember, like people come here because I'm looking at it intuitively and I'm pretty good at what I do, especially medically speaking. So I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying there's not other things, but this is what I'm getting specifically for her to focus on right now. Okay. So I appreciate all the like additions, but like, this is what I do. This is what I'm being shown for her. Okay. Ashley, what's your question? I'm just trying to see if I have to go into PayPal to look at it. Crap, I forgot what this PayPal thing is. Hang on. My ex Michael reached out to me on New Year's Eve. What does he really want this time? He ended our relationship twice in 2023. I asked you about the situation then. We're back together and he did it again. What does he really want? He's toxic. I mean, I don't want to throw that around or anything, but he's just feeling needy. He doesn't really want you back. He's seeing if you're available to be a placeholder for him. And I don't mean to be so flippant about it. Is that the right word I want to use? You're with somebody, so I don't know. I mean, my mind goes to why, not to be why do you care, but kind of what pulls you in to even be curious about somebody who could, not that he necessarily this, but could play with your emotions so easily. I think it's more of just, it's one of those things of an emotional manipulation thing. Being an emotionally immature little boy who, only wants something when he can't have it. Doesn't care about if it's there and available and wanting him at the time. Listen to me. When you give somebody money, just consider it lost and gone. If they pay you back, great. But it is a rule of thumb you should always live by, instead of being you owe me. You could manifest it. Oh my God, he sent me a check. It was amazing. He Venmo'd me. It was amazing. However you want to get the money, I didn't have to do anything because he knows how to get a hold of you and send you something if he really wants to. No one's blocking Venmo. Just saying. But I always think just kind of consider it a wash if you give somebody money. I mean, my sister owes me a ton of money. Never going to see it. It's it is what it is. I haven't thought about it actually until you said that. I was well, I mean, people just are going to owe you money in life. And when, even with my friends, my kids' friends, parents and stuff, I'm don't worry about it. It'll all balance out. It's well, can I give you money? I'm just it'll all balance out. At some point you're going to pick up and take care of it and it's fine. It was a trip to see him that I didn't take. He offered to pay me. He's never going to pay you. He doesn't owe you. He's never going to pay you. I mean, you can manifest it that he does it. I really believe you can manifest anything. I genuinely believe you can manifest anything. It's sort of this idea of just deciding and then not thinking about how it's going to happen, not worrying about when it's going to happen, just deciding. And he paid you and it was amazing. That's great. That's all you have to do. Pay me back. Not he wants to pay me back. Not he's going to pay me back. He paid me back. And move on with your day. Or the universe balanced it out and made it right, and you'll get some unexpected payment. I sort of have that rule of thumb, and I've had it for a really long time. I never have to seek revenge or hold any grudges or anything like that, because I trust that and I don't have to do anything to intervene to create when somebody has wronged me. I just trust that the universe always balances it out and makes sure it all falls together, and that person I don't want to say like gets what what they deserve, but like how they treat others comes back to them. So if they shit on me, the universe will shit on them. So we're doing card readings at the end. I'm going to do the paid ones first because they paid for them. And then we'll do the card readings. So if you want to hang out, that'd be awesome. And then we'll get to them. Okay, so then I have Tammy and Gabby. I sort of think like, I'm telling you, I'm having like fun with manifesting. You're welcome, Ashley, always. Thank you, Creative Chicks. Even though I like was just like, this is what I'm getting. This is why you come here. I always feel very bad kind of asserting myself when I'm trying to learn to be a little more assertive without, I don't know, whatever. I really like manifesting. I heard this thing the other day, and I think it's kind of interesting, where it's a creator on TikTok, and she does stuff just on manifesting, and she's kind of one of these like tough love style people, which I can respect. And she's just kind of, she has like the attitude of you just decide and that's it, it's done. Like she's like, and which I believe this too, you don't have to do techniques. You can if you enjoy doing them and you like them or whatever, but like you literally can just decide something's done and it's done, but you don't then go wonder, well, is it going to happen? If like, because then you're basically undoing the work. But she said this, she's like, manifesting is like deciding and knowing that something's there without having any proof or logic to it being there. And I'm like, oh, that's like your intuition, is knowing information without having any logical explanation with how you know that information. And I was like, oh, that's a really interesting, that I totally love manifesting and I totally love intuition stuff. And there is kind of a crossover with it. It is putting a lot of faith and trust into yourself. So start with, I trust myself that I can do this. She's kind of like, you can get whatever you want. You don't have to do any of that stuff. But I also know that anytime you're learning a skill, which I think conscious manifestation and learning your intuition, I think those are both skills, right? I think kind of everything's a skill and you just like acquire it through practice. But if you don't start with the basics, you don't create a foundation, and that's anything that you're doing in life. If you don't create a good foundation, then like it crumbles too easily when you get further along and you put more weight on it or put a bigger manifestation or whatever, where it has more meaning or more importance to you. So when I say manifested, I'm like, well, why not? Like you have nothing to lose by manifesting that. So it's like, that's like to me a throwaway kind of conscious manifestation. Like the universe gave me money. It came, like there's no pressure on it. It's just fun. And watch, it'll be like the exact amount. And it can be the exact amount that he offered to pay me, whatever. Like it came to me somehow. And you don't have to like look and check for it because it's a throwaway. Those ones always come super easily. It's really interesting. Tammy, what's your question? Are you here? Or Gabby? Let me see if Tammy put it in the PayPal. But like, and when you're doing, like, if you're looking at SP work, which is like your specific person work, remember that does not have to be a romantic connection. That can be a boss. That can be your kid. I do it with my kids. That can be, oh, she'll send her question via email. No, we're not doing it this way. Listen, if you're not here for the reading, then you're not paying. Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. There are rules. So if you're not here, you have to pay for an email reading. That's how this works. A general for you, sure. How are you still pregnant? Why are you still pregnant? I'm kidding. Yeah, Nicole, you can send a payment. I don't like when people take advantage of things. Hang on just a second. Okay, just starting that email. You're feeling like a beached whale. I bet you're beautiful. I got told, like, with my first pregnancy, because I had a large volume of amniotic fluid. So, like, and I went to this wedding, and the woman was a nurse, and they were all L&D nurses. So I was like, ugh. She had like all these people, and they're like, "You're huge." I was 24 weeks. I was like, "Oh, like it's like the worst fucking thing you could ever say to somebody." And they were L&D nurses. I'm like, "Why would you talk to them?" And then after I had my third, like, some nurses are the people who said the worst things to me. After I had my third daughter, the one nurse, my postpartum nurse, was like, "Don't look at your stomach. It's just like," and I was like, "I just had a fucking baby. Like, it's not gonna look like. What are you talking about?" It's just like, what is wrong with people? I bet you look beautiful. Our brains are so weird to us. Some lady stopped you in Walmart and asked me to join her workout. Certainly. Well, maybe it'll put you in a labor. Um, I think sometimes people say the most awful and horrendous things, and because they're pushing their own belief systems or whatever, and like the L&D nurses, I just, honest to God, I should have smacked them. Or made a comment about their weight, because like they were from Michigan. That's all I'm gonna say. No offense to any Michiganders, but like that was shitty. I shouldn't have said that. Sorry. Um, anyways, not just because they were from Michigan, they were overweight. These particular women were overweight. Okay. Some lady stopped you in Walmart. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let's go for your reading. Have you been having headaches and nausea? So I just felt a lot of pressure on my head and felt really nauseated. Oh, can we tell him about your husband? Tiny, tiny headaches, getting waves of nausea. Yeah. Like, I can feel her really, really low, and I can feel that pressure of like, there's like a pressure you get when your hips start to open and like kind of relax a little bit more. And like with the head, like I feel like her head is right on your cervix. Like I feel like it's low. Um, so last week I told Gabby, I kept saying something about her husband. I was like, I feel like there's something with him maybe needing to be isolated. Like there's something with him. And a couple days later, she emailed me because he had to go to the hospital for a respiratory thing. Like he thought he was having, like, it sounded like chest pains and things like that, but it was, I think it was related to like respiratory coughing and whatever. And the sharp pains are so bad. And yeah, you're afraid to walk at times. Walk. I know that sounds really bad, but walk, because that'll actually help move along the process. Or sit on like a big, the big yoga balls and kind of roll your hips around on it. That'll help too. Um, I don't know if you can do this, but like they're showing me having you go like on all fours and doing like a cat cow, or like just kind of rolling your hips around doing that. Like I feel like somehow that relieves some pressure for you. I know some women talk about like loving going swimming when they're pregnant, but I always hated it not because of the swimming part, but because of when you get out, you feel like you have like this giant cast iron weight and you're like you feel so much heavier. To me, I was like, it was not the swim was not worth the exit. I'm like, I don't know that I have anything major. It just feels like just taking care of yourself and resting. Honest to God, if you go till 40 weeks, I would be so surprised. I keep getting that feeling of needing to talk to her and telling her it's okay. Like, it's okay. We're ready. I'm ready. I feel like she's sort of waiting on you to be ready a little bit. Did you ever test your husband for COVID or flu? This baffles me. He went to the hospital and they did not test him for COVID or flu. I feel like that's like just standard. Just wanted my sister here while in labor, but she leaves Friday. Keep her every morning. Keep talking to her every morning and night. But I also think my fear is keeping stepping in. Your son is sick. Okay. Is your sister taking care of your son? Is that where I saw him? Her take. I was like, I feel like she's taking care of him. I don't want to make any promises, but I feel like you probably will go into labor when she's here. She's good with him. Okay. So remember I said, I was like, I see something about your husband feeling like something with him, like needing to be like isolated. And then I was like, and I keep seeing your sister taking care of your son. See, it all happens. I'm good at doing this. I do feel like you'll go before she leaves. um, I know it's easy to say stop being afraid, but literally you have nothing to be afraid of. Um, that's all in your head. So you need to start telling yourself, like, if I told you those two random things, now you have to believe that what I'm getting about, like, it's going to go well. You're going to be okay. It's going to be smooth and easy. Like, please believe that. Um, Even if you manifest yourself seeing yourself like you're having a hard time getting past like the talking down that whatever, breathe deep and imagine yourself in those moments, like messaging me or sending me an email and saying like, I had her, it went great, it was really easy. She's going to be incredibly intuitive. I just want to say that, like, she's going to be very tapped into you, like clairsentience wise, being able to feel stuff. All of my kids have abilities. Um, My oldest is funny because she doesn't talk about it anymore, so I'm not like sure. But because the last time we talked about it, she's like, "Well, I hear them, but they're annoying." So, and my middle one, she has dreams a lot that come true, um, and she can like read the weather. I don't know how to explain it, but I'll be like, "Well, it's not." She'll be like, "Oh, it's gonna like." She doesn't check the weather. She doesn't, that's not her thing. But she'll like walk out and be like, it's gonna like she'll know it's gonna rain or snow, and it doesn't have to be a cloud in sight. Like she will know. Um, and my little one she just reads people. Like she just knows stuff too. But like my oldest, when I was pregnant, I was in that 2 week wait with my youngest. And she went up to my belly and she was like, hello, little baby in there. And then she told me she saw a little girl in our baby girl in our office, which is now April's bedroom. You had a dream last night that you were going to sit at your mom's table and my water broke. May it happen. Mine never broke on their own, but as soon as they broke them, like the doctors, I was like, really quick. So it's going to happen. It's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. I really don't. I tell people when I say like, I think you're going to have a complication afterwards. I don't. I do feel like they'll watch your blood pressure a little bit, but like That's about it. I feel like it's going to be easy peasy. Maybe a hemorrhoid, so get your tucks, but I've said that before, but they should provide tucks. There's Dermaplast spray. That's your friend for your tush. Make sure you have a water bottle to spray yourself. All that stuff. You're going to be okay. Just tell your baby you're going to be okay. All right. If there's no more paid readings, we can do card readings. Oh, they changed the practice. Oh, we get 2 this week. Sorry. Oh, we get 2 next week too. Okay, so we'll start it this way. You got everything. Okay, you're very welcome. You know how to make your own ice packs for you can take the baby diapers. You know how to do that, right? And you can add, like, if you mix alcohol and water and then stick it in, like, cut the baby diaper and pour, or you don't even have to cut it. You can just pour it in there and then stick it in the freezer. It makes it a little more slushy. But at the hospital, we always made them where I'd cut the baby diaper and put the ice because they have that great ice. If you have an ice crusher, that might work too. But you gotta take the big chunks out because sometimes it doesn't crush it as well as the hospital ice. I made my daughter, like, I make ice packs out of gloves here because they mold around shapes a little bit better. Okay, what cards are we gonna go for today? So I'm just going to let everybody know this. If you want an email reading and you want your answer to come through email, or you're not here, then you need to pay me for my email readings. If you want the $12 rate, you show up here. I'm not chasing anybody around. It's 2026. If you don't show up here, you either forfeit it to the next week or you forfeit it at all. I'm not doing email readings anymore for the $12. I dedicate this time to the $12 readings. That's how I do it. That's how we're doing it. Those are the rules. Can't follow the rules, you don't need a reading. Mia, these are paid readings. So if you want to ask your own personal question, you can pay me $12 and I can give you the link if you need it. If you just want an oracle card reading, then those are free because those don't really take much of my intuition other than me listening to them tell me how many times to shuffle them, where to cut it, and how to cut it. Okay, sound good? Excellent. 2026 is the year of me setting boundaries everywhere. Unapologetically. You would like an oracle card reading. I figured. That's okay though. All right. I'm just seeing if I have all the ones I want to use. Yeah. Okay. The Enchanted Map. Women of Myth. So just look at these. How you do it. If you haven't been here, you're just going to put down the deck that you want. I'll go down and write down the list. Let me make sure I'm out of top chat so I get everybody's thing. Hi, Violets. How are you? So, okay, we're ready. Women of Myth, Enchanted Map, Animals, Wisdom of the Oracle, Green Witches, Crystals, Inner Child, Voice of the Souls, Magic and Mediums, Trust Your Vibes, or Past Life. Okie doke. If you want to change it, you can change it. Okay. Thank you, Debbie. Yes, I think boundaries are incredibly important. I mean, I just have to have policies and stick with them. I'm not being a mean person by doing that. It's like, I only have so much free time. And um, so if you want a little bit more of my own personal time, then you can pay for it. I'm not even asking much. That's what's really sad part. Like, I probably will be raising my rates this year. I'm trying to think about how to do it so that I honor everybody, and this may stay the same, and other things may go up. But um, I've been doing readings for a really long time, and I charge less than people who've been doing readings for only a couple of years. I'm pretty good at what I do. So what I might do is, like, when I start the community, because that's my goal, is to have that up and running by the end of the month. If you're a part of the community, you'll get like a friends and family discount. Might do something like that where you're still getting a discount, but and then have rates for other people. So we'll figure it out. I'll make sure that if you've been here a really long time, I will try and honor that. But I also need to honor myself and my talent that I have honed for a really long time. So, um, because also, like, you want raises at your job. Honestly, everybody deserves a raise here and there. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Looks like Ashley asked first for animals. What do you mean somebody donated? Did I get your PayPal, Nicole? Oh, yes. Let me check. Okay, hold on. And then I'll do your reading. Sorry, dear. Yes, you did, Nicole. Okay, what's your question, Nicole? As an artist, people don't want to pay for the years of experience and time. I said that my contractor actually, because he's like, because I added on, I was like, can you fix the lights in my basement? Because honestly, it looked like, my kids called it, like, they were like, it looks like a horror movie down there, because we had these old fluorescent lights, and they were like broken. And I was just sort of, I think when you're in a mindset, when you're in probably a not great relationship, and I'm just going to say that, like, it's really hard to, like, sometimes you're just in a state of like freeze. Anyway, so I was like, we're getting the lights changed. They're here. They're getting 2 bathrooms done, lights changed, and then they had to fix something in this bathroom. All 3 of my bathrooms. Jesus Christ. So they fixed the lights, but I like added on. He's like, it's going to be this much, and I was like, okay. And he's like, what? I mean, he's like, is that okay? I was like, well, what am I going to say? No, like. It's like, I'm a small business owner. You know what your rates are. You know how much stuff costs. Like, I'm going to just trust you. And I said, I guess being a small business owner, I tend to not barter with people anymore, or try and get them to come down, or not barter, but like try and bargain with you and get you to come down on your rates, because I'm trusting you to set them. And maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that's naive, but I feel like people should know what they're worth. And if they're asking for something, they're asking for it because they're worth it. He's done a great job. Thank you, Mia. So I guess that's how I feel about it. Like, if you're an artist and you're asking for a certain amount, maybe you're out of my price range and I can't afford you, and then I will just admire your artwork. But I'm certainly not going to make you feel like, how dare you not come into my price range. And that's sort of where I'm at right now. Okay, Nicole said, do you see my dad picking up financially 2 vacancies and evicting 1 tenant? So his cash flow has been low. February, I feel like that'll all be taken care of in February, or like start to come back in February. By March, I feel like he's flush. Okay. I'm just writing down who has what. And so is, okay, right. Mia is Trust Your Vibe. Created Chicks is Trust Your Vibe. Nicola is Women of Myth. Katrina is Voice. Souls. Violet's is Women of Myth. Misty is Past Lives. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? It's good to see you. Do you want to do a free Oracle card reading? Nicole, did you want a free Oracle card reading? Since you just asked your question and didn't put yourself on the list? That's what we're doing right now. So I started doing, you haven't been on here in a while. We do the paid questions and then we do these free Oracle card readings because there's people who can't afford a paid question or maybe don't really have a question. And I want to reward you for sitting here and participating. I don't know, whatever. I try and have a wide variety of availability of people. So, okay, so here's my decks. I have Trust Your Vibes, Magic and Mediums, Voice of the Souls, Inner Child, Crystals, Green Witch, Wisdom of the Oracle, Past Lives. I have an Animal Oracle deck, one that's called Enchanted Map, and Women of Myth. Trust Your Vibes. Look at that. I didn't even see. Perfect. Okay, let me see. I need the Animals one, Green Witch, Past Life, which is there, Women of Myth. Some souls. Okay, I think that's what I need today. Okay. Ashley, you're up first. Box is going to be kind of worn, isn't it? What does Ashley need to know today? Ashley, I don't know if you need to go to the dentist, but there's something like up here. It feels like it's brewing. Do you have like asthma or do you get like like a dry cough in the winter? You should probably think about doing a humidifier in your apartment. Also, if anybody is curious about like if people are getting sick in your home and respiratory things, put humidifiers in your room because the humidity actually decreases the rate or risk of spread. They did, especially for flu, they did studies on nosocomial infections and why the flu is up in hospitals during the winter, and it really has to do with humidity of the air. So, and nosocomial means hospital acquired. All right, you got the butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. That's number 11. I don't have my reading glasses, so bear with me. uh, like I have to turn it so I can't read like this. I don't know why my eyes like do something weird, so I have to like turn it at an angle and hold it far away, like it's like a Bible or something. Just kidding. Thinking about like a priest. Never mind. Joy and the beautiful lightness of being alive and creative in the world is the focus when butterfly spirit flutters before you. Transformation is inevitable as you grow into your most beautiful, empowered self. Indeed, you will go through some uncomfortable stages as you as you let go of the forms of your life that are no longer fit you. Even relationships must go through shifts to match your new engaging self. If you focus on the beauty and not the challenges, stop taking yourself too seriously, and choose to be playful, loving, and joyous, you will soon know the miracle your soul wants to experience through you. Today is a day for joy, so alight. Look around you and see the beauty that is everywhere and in everyone, including yourself. Oh, those are both issues for your boyfriend. He just sent you a voicemail. Huh. Just keep an eye on the dental thing. This is my right side, even though I don't know if it looks like on my right side there. I don't know how this works. Yes, it does. Ignore me. But anyways, my right side, my right upper side, just keep an eye on it for yourself. And maybe I was connecting with his energy. Who knows? Someone once said to me, she was like, you feel so much more than you realize you're feeling of other people's stuff. It's probably true. Yay. Okay, so yours is the butterfly spirit. Next, where's my list? Izzy, Green Witch. Izzy, this is for you. You chose the Green Witch Oracle deck. Izzy for today. My guides tend to be a bit of smart asses. And I did knock, and they're like, you need to knock. I always knock on the deck. I don't know if you hear me do that. I knock on the deck. It's like sort of like a clearing of the energy. And I was like, oh, it'll be fine. And they're like, knock on the deck. I was like, okay. And they're like, that's just for your brain, right? Like, assholes. Okay. Sorry. And yet I'll still do it. Hang on, one more for Izzy. All right, Izzy's is broom, energy clearing, freshening. That's like seems perfect for the new year, right? And these ones don't have numbers on them. They are annoyingly, I don't even know. Ah, there it is. Actually, the first card. Okay. Card meaning it says energy clearing, freshening. The broom card reminds you to clear away any outdated and stale energy in your life that is leaving you feeling stuck. It is time to brush away musty emotions and patterns. On a practical level, a broom clears away physical crumbs, dirt, and dust, which allows you to tidy space so energy flows more smoothly. Without any debris in your way, your mind and magic will function more efficiently. With intention, use the broom to stir up stale energy, sweep away negative and unsupportive energy, and create a space that is ready for your individual needs. You can do this physically with an actual broom and a quick cleansing of your magical space, or mentally by envisioning what doesn't serve you being swept away. Reflection: what areas of your life need to be straightened up, dusted off, and refreshed? It seems like an appropriate, like, while, a lot of people don't really celebrate this as the new year because spring is really when things are new and fresh, um, like on an energetic, witchy, whatever sense. And also, well, like most Asian countries, the Chinese New Year, sorry, is in February, I believe. So just thinking about that. Um, this is still a good time to do it. It's like a good reset. Um, Debbie wants past life. See, every time. All right, this is for Debbie. What does Debbie need to know in this moment? We'll help her on her path. Guide her. Transportation. Yikes. Okay. This card signifies that you had intense experiences involving transportation in prior lifetimes. This is especially true if you presently have phobias related to airplanes, cars, and so on. And these fears don't dissipate as a result of getting traditional counseling or hypnotherapy. In those cases, you likely suffered a traumatic past life event in some type of vehicle, which has caused you to lose trust in it. You may have been involved in the intervention of a form of transportation or related in the invention, sorry, not intervention, invention of a form of transportation or related technology, and that knowledge wants to serve you in this lifetime. This includes those who lived during the time of Atlantis, when transportation was fueled by solar and crystal power. Your life purpose may involve reawakening the knowledge of alternative modes of transportation, which could be environmentally beneficial to our world at this time. I went through a period of like having plane anxiety, and it was not related to 9/11. I had flown since I was a kid because I was flying back and forth to visit, between parents. And it was like in my, like, well after 9/11, and I started then having dreams connected to some life where I died on a air vehicle of some sort, but it was not a plane. So and then, like, once I saw myself die in that, then I was like, good. Regine wants the green witches. Sure, I'll add you to the list. Get back up here. Someone else want past life? Oh yeah, Misty did. Okay, Mia wants trust your vibes. This one says, set healthy limits and boundaries. And it's number 37. Be cautious and mindful of how you spend your energy. Do not overdo or overgive. You will drain your resources and fall out of balance. Be conservative with your money right now and avoid excess or unnecessary indulgences. This is also not the best time to invest or take on financial projects. Be calm and grounded. Examine people and things closely before committing. Don't be fooled by appearances or get distracted by the superficial. Be observant and set practical limits and healthy boundaries across the board. This will protect you from making choices that are not good for you or will waste your time, energy, and money. Okay. Oh, sorry. Creative Chicks, you wanted the same deck. And then I can put this one down. What is Creative Chicks here this week? I keep getting an image of a lotus for you. Oh, how interesting. Lighten up. That's just like what I was seeing. 11. What's the second 11 we've had here for a card number? Maybe that's significant for somebody. Find the humor in your present situation to release your stress and fear. You are in no danger, even if your ego tries to convince you otherwise. Take your attention off your concerns right now and do something enjoyable, something purely for the fun of it. While enjoying yourself, the universe will organize the world around you to bring forward the best possible outcome. Relax, lighten up, let your worries go. Be prepared to receive good news and opportunities. They are on their way. You're working on lightening up. Well, then I guess they are honoring that and reminding you to lighten up. All right. Nicole wants this one, Women of Myth. This is for Nicole. What should be working with this week? I don't know if 6 is a significance for you, but I just kept feeling the number 6. Dido, heroine, the lover, and also a singer. Let me see where she's at in the index because I think it'll make my life easier. Oh, you didn't index them. Let me see. Aha, okay. Okay, all or nothing, obsession, and spite. She's the lover. Her story, Dido, the pseudo-historical queen of ancient Carthage, is known for founding the ancient city and her tragic love story with her husband, the hero Aeneas. Despite the aid and love that Dido gives Aeneas, he abandons her. In her despair, Dido curses him with her dying breath. The card meaning. This card represents a desire to get what you want at all costs. You might feel sorry for yourself because it seems like the world is against you. Ask yourself what part you play in the current situation. A string of misfortune or bad luck can now be experienced as the reversal of fate. Her advice, Queen Dido's appearance, is urging caution, asking you to assess the situation before you act rashly. You have a blinding passion for someone or something that is clouding your judgment, and you may be reacting out of spite or short-sightedness. Hi, Scorpio. Happy New Year. Sure, pick an oracle deck. I'll throw you on the list. That's not the voice, right? That's right. Okay. Katrina, that was you. You want Voice of the Souls. Do you know the decks I have, Scorpio? I always think it's interesting when people use their birth dates and birth years in there. I don't know why. You just turned 45. Happy 45th. Okay, so I've got this one. This is the Voice of the Souls. Wisdom of the Oracle. Women of Myth, Green Witches, Past Lives, Trust Your Vibes, Animal Oracle deck, Crystal Oracle deck, Magic and Mediums, Inner Child, Enchanted Map. And then go ahead and just list it, and I will let me focus on who is this for? Tell me again. Who is this one for? This is for Katrina. I think this is for Katrina. Yes. Okay. I figured it out. Okay. This is for Katrina. I'm going to go ahead and start again. Who does Katrina need? What does she need to hear today? What does Katrina need to hear today? Burden of Tears, number 21. I moved my light, so now I can hold the cards up without them being annoying. Okay. Burden of Tears, your soul. There's great sadness in you and emotional pain. I feel it deep inside you, and I understand it. Part of you feels like this pain makes you weak or vulnerable, so you regress into your deepest depths. But this sadness is legitimate, and it has something positive to teach you. Your pain is a sign you're mourning a relationship, situation, or way of being and thinking. There is still some resistance, which is why part of you is afraid to connect to the emotional suffering. If you feel unable to handle it, don't force yourself, but don't repress it. If you need to cry, scream, or talk, just do it. You can write it down or communicate it with a person you trust. I really invite you to do so. It will bring you true liberation and let you open a new chapter in your life. Your spirit guides. 6 months ago, something important happened. Something heavily disrupted your energy and emotions. Part of your energy froze. Part of you had a bad scare. Fear isn't a negative emotion. Fear comes when you feel in danger. When its role is to advise you, fear freezes you. When its role is to warn you, fear allows you to understand what is going on. Today, we invite you to understand what frightened you and made you sad. Using the method of your choice, understand that fear means to teach you. Understand what that fear means to teach you. We've been sending you signs over the past few days to help you connect with another person. That person will help you directly or indirectly to reconnect to yourself. The entity. This is a spirit was to give it to you. Part of you is sad and wants to scream and cry. This isn't necessarily directly related to my passing. It is a situation that you can't fully accept and overcome. I understand this completely. I would like to help you more, but it's up to you to build your own path. Don't worry about your tears causing me harm. Don't worry about you having a negative influence on my soul. I am here for you and to console you. I send you comfort and compassion. I would like to take you in my arms, but I know I can't. So, to feel my presence, take time to curl up and give yourself some kindness. Take care of yourself. That is when we'll be in the same energy and can communicate in a gentle and unique way. You're welcome. No, Debbie, yes, Debbie, you missed it. I don't remember when it was, but it was here. I erased it. You might have to go back and find it. If I was the cover to this, where would I be? There it is. Okay, Violet wants Women of Myth. Oh, Violets and Roses. This is for Violets and Roses. Are you really tight? Like here, this is my left side all the way down. you could benefit from, I feel like you hold your breath a lot. You just like relax and release, like let go of some of that tension. Thakane, heroine, the adventurer. Thakane. I don't know how you say that. So you think it's stress? Yeah. Do a little breath work. You know, they've done studies too on like breathing in medicine and pain, and how like just properly breathing as you're going through a procedure or whatever can actually help you. Like if it's a, you know, obviously not an under anesthesia procedure, it actually helps with pain a lot. So okay, her story: the daughter of a great chief. I almost said chef. Forgive me. Of a great chief. Thakane travels across the African continent to slay a mythical dragon-like creature, a quest usually reserved for men. She conquers the monster and is given a hero's welcome on her return. Card meaning: this card represents new beginnings and a fresh start. You're up for the task or challenge, so it's time to prove your worth or mettle. Sorry. Quiet the negative voices in your head and from others and defy expectations. Her advice: be bold, seek out adventures. You're not too old, too young, too big, too small, or too much, or too little, or anything to get started. Live your life on your own terms. Give yourself an incredible quest of your own. That's a good one. Misty wants past life, and Regine wants Green Witch. And Scorpio, did you come up with one for me? Magic and mediums for you. Okay. Okay. So this one is from Misty. You're welcome, Violets. And Scorpio wants magic. Okay. Who did I just say this was for? Past life. Sorry, I erase it and then I forget. That's the problem with this brain when it's in this state. Oh, Jennifer wanted to trust your vibes. And I will do that before Scorpio because she put it down first. Whose is this? Past lives. Misty, if this is yours. Okay. This is from Misty. What does Misty need to know right now? Native American. Maybe you have a connection with indigenous people. This card signifies that you have an important past life as a Native American, which is connected to your current journey in this life. If you've been drawn to Native American artifacts, cultures, and spirituality, this is because they're familiar to your soul. Studying Native American teachings can help you awaken ancient memories and knowledge that you already have stored within you. This card can also signify indigenous cultures from other countries as well. Perhaps you have some hidden anger or pain because of a battle or loss during your time as an indigenous person. As with other past life traumas, a session with a qualified regressionist can help you heal this old energy. In this way, you can retain the lesson and love from that lifetime and release painful blocks. Another thing I did was I've done meditations. I've had dreams where stuff has come up, and you can set intentions for that. You can find past life meditations that you can go through. Just becoming aware that that's what it's connected to helps you move beyond whatever blockage or thing that's coming up with that or recurring theme. Just a thought. Debbie's still listening. I heard it. I thought it was Debbie, but my name Denise. Oh, I'm sorry, Denise. You're right. Sorry. My apologies. I don't know why I wrote down Debbie. I think because your screen name isn't there, so sometimes it's just hard to remember and connect everybody's names with their odd screen names. Yes, Misty, that was you. Okay, so now I'm at Regine, and then Jennifer, and then Scorpio. Okay, so Regine. What does Regine need for today? Summer, expansion and growth. What do we talk about? You're going to be growing your clairaudience. How lovely. 117. Card meaning summer is bursting with energy. The sun is high, the weather is warmer, and the nights are shorter. Summer brings increased growth for all living things. But all this energy and unrestricted growth can get out of hand. Increased growth means increased attention is required to manage your projects so you ensure everything unfolds properly. The summer card means it's an optimal time for expansion, but it also tells you to keep an eye on the energies in your life so that they stay focused and productive. If you don't tend your garden, it will become overgrown and scraggly. Some endeavors will fail as others overshadow them. Like a vine strangling a beautiful plant. Reflection. What parts of your life can expand to feel more fulfilled? All right, and then I've got Jennifer and then Scorpio. You live in the heart of a Cherokee Indian country. Oh, how interesting. You do find them familiar. That's probably why. You're very welcome. Oh, wait. That was yours, Regine. Yes. You're welcome. Sorry. You look at the artifacts regularly. I live near this thing called Turtleback Rock, which in a lot of indigenous cultures here and in Canada, the turtle is very significant. So I don't know. I think the land is very interesting. There's a lot of really good energy. There's also some weird stuff too, but that's more related to the American Revolution. You know, we went to, I thought this was interesting. We were at a park a couple weeks ago. Well, maybe a month, maybe a little bit more, with a friend of mine, and her daughter and my daughter are friends. She and I are friends, and then another child. And we were all there, and the little girls came up. We were kind of away from them. They were running around in a field, and they came up and they were like, "There's something creepy. It's haunted." So my friend was like, "Well, let's walk down there." And she's like, "Well, I don't feel anything." I was like, "Yeah, so there's a woman here." I was like, "But she's from a long time ago, and she's connected to the land, and she loves doing like historical looks at maps and stuff." So she's like, "Oh my God, I'm totally reading all these maps." Like she was texting me, and she's like, the last woman to be executed in New Jersey, I think that this was what it was, actually lived on the land there. And I was like, oh. And it was like in the 1800s. So I was like, that would be what I was feeling. Anyway, always fun. All right, this is for Jenny. Expect the best. And it's master number 22. My birthday. Release your fears and anxieties. The universe loves you unconditionally and is working to bring you the best possible experiences. However, sometimes the best experience is not the one you are presently hoping for. Share your desires with the universe, then ask for this or better. I'll tell you about my thoughts on that in a second. The universe knows that what you need better than you do now, and is working to fulfill your desire in ways you are not yet aware of. Trust the universe. It will not let you down. Expect the best and be open to discovering what that is. Girl, if you want something, just believe you can have it and go after it, and like lock in and don't allow any doubts or anything else to creep in. And as soon as they do, be like, no, because this is mine. Anytime that anything has ever come into me, like I was telling somebody this about nursing, like when I was doing travel nursing, and just even mostly I noticed it when I was doing travel nursing, people would talk about up here in the Northeast, they would say like, oh my God, it was like hard to get people to call you back, or I'd interview and like never hear anything, blah, blah, blah. It's really hard to get a nursing job. I never, ever, ever once ever had that belief system, because I'm like, there's a nursing shortage. Why would it be hard to get a job? People are hiring. Of course I'm going to get a job. Literally would have multiple offers come in at a time. Never, ever had any issues. Called when I was going to work I was working in Austin. They paid nurses shit in Austin. So I was like, well, I'm going to go to the medical center in Houston because it's huge and there's lots of competition. So better pay. And I called Texas Children's because they were just starting online applications at that point. I was like, hey, I put them in online and I'll be in town this weekend on Friday. And they were like, well, we didn't get it, but do you want to come in? We'll interview you. We have 5 different positions you can interview for. I think I did 3 interviews. I was offered 2 of the jobs. So your beliefs create your reality. So if there's something you want, just decide and hold tight to it and not doubt it. Not like, there's several things I'm manifesting now. And like one I do with my daughter, because I've had a lot of stories around her, my oldest one, around like just rigidity because she's autistic. And she had a hard time with, like, obviously my husband and I are getting divorced. So obviously that's hard for her. And so I just decided, I was like, she's doing okay. Like I just decided, and she started showing up that way. It's very interesting. And you're not manipulating anything. You're just moving yourself into the world where that potential exists. And you wouldn't get the desire for that potential if it didn't exist. That's what I really believe. So there. All right. This one is this for Scorpio? This is for Scorpio. Magic and mediums. What does Scorpio need for this week? Forgiveness. Oh, Jesus. This is a rough card. Oh, my God. It's like of a I don't want to show it because I feel like, I don't know if there's like weird things. Are there weird things? So like, it's weird, like, right? I'm just going to do that. This weird card. It's like violent. Forgiveness. Didn't realize it had to be that violent, but good Lord. Okay. Okay. The action or process of stopping the feelings of anger and resentment towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. Eva Kor, a Holocaust survivor who publicly forgave and gave amnesty to the Nazis responsible for the death of millions, taught that only you have the power to forgive and that no one can take it away from you. Despite not being immune to danger, you can choose to never be a victim. Although atrocious acts take place and perpetrators are real, victimhood is a state of mind that survivors of horrific events can free themselves from via forgiveness. Forgiveness liberates you from the negative emotions that bind you to the object of your unforgiveness, so that you are free to allow your all-encompassing heart to transmute those feelings of bitterness and despair. Transmute negative experiences. To do this, forgive from the bottom of your heart. You can begin by physically writing a letter of forgiveness that addresses the pain, suffering, and disappointment you felt. This allows you to organize your feelings and bring clarity to the situation. In addition, writing in itself serves as a type of therapeutic release. Once you have finished your letter, letter hold an image of the cause of your unforgiveness and a person, place, or thing in your inner vision, then actively move in your heart space. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna I'm kiboshing this idea. I'm going to give you a tiny bit of different advice because I believe that what's holds you hostage is the anger. And when you hold on to that anger, so I struggle with that idea of forgiveness, especially when someone is, say it's somebody abusive, if you have an abuser, or I know, sorry, this is me. I'm like, I read these things. I'm like, yeah, but no, we're not going with that road. Because I think everybody has different beliefs. Healing from some of my own trauma and healing and sort of trying to find ways around people who, like my father, I never really forgave him. What I decided to was allow myself to let go of the anger of it. So I'm not absolving him of the shitty things he did to me. But I am deciding to not allow the anger for what he did to me to hold me hostage for the rest of my life. So I don't wish him ill will. Remember, I have that idea of like the universe just like sort of takes care of it. I mean, he has to live as himself the rest of his life, and that's pretty fucking terrible. I wouldn't want that for myself. But I also don't want to live with anger or resentment because I didn't get something better, right? That's holding me hostage for even longer. And if somehow you can find a way to look at it in that way of like allowing yourself to like let go of the anger and the rage and the resentment, like push through, like, you know, let it flow through your body. Maybe it's not a who, maybe it's a something. You've gone through trauma, but I thought I forgave them. Maybe I'm holding on to something. Maybe, who knows? And maybe it shows up as like, maybe it shows up as something that's blocking you from being able to move forward, right? And it's not necessarily forgiving, but it's like looking at those things. That's like, how could that have created a belief system of you being unworthy of deserving better? So even though I forgave, like I not forgave, whatever, let go of the anger or whatever, there were belief systems that were created through the abuse that happened that was stopping me from feeling worthy and enough of better. So maybe it's more looking at it in that aspect of, you know, like worthy of how you receive love and how people treat you in relationships, things like that. And I don't necessarily, again, I think it's weird, the whole idea of forgiveness. It's like, you know, like be a bigger person or whatever. Like, fuck that. Like, you don't have to be a bigger person, but don't allow that to keep you captive for the rest of your life, because you do deserve better than what you were handed. I think about like some of the kids that I took care of in the hospital and like the absolute atrocious trauma they received because I was in the NICU. That's 3 months and younger. So I want you to think about how little, like there were some older kids, but they had been in the hospital their whole life. But even then that's like traumatic stuff, right? Because they're not really able to bond with their family the same way. It's a very different environment to grow up in, and how that molds you long-term subconsciously. So, all right, I think we're done. So I hope everybody has a wonderful week, and I will see you next Sunday, same time-ish. And that's it. You're very welcome. Enjoy your week, okay? Bye, everybody.